searching in Evernote. Did you grow up with a notebook for school with a section for each class? Maybe you've kept track of important papers in a file cabinet. Every paper had a place and you had a system to find it. But what do you do with a paper that could go in two separate folders or two separate sections of your notebook? Imagine being able to put a paper in a lot of different folders or notebook sections all at the same time. You can do that with Evernote. I have a note for every product Stampin' Up! Currently sells. You can search my notebook, but even better, you can create your own notebook and copy my notes into your notebook so that you can search through your things and find just exactly what you want to use. Evernote starts out by sorting, I think it comes default by sorting by updated. And this is a helpful way to sort so you can find the most recent notes. But I usually keep my notes sorted by title so that if I know what I'm looking for, I can find exactly what it is just by using this scroll bar and scrolling down quickly. It's kind of like looking for a book in a library. Maybe you're looking for an author in the novels section. It's really easy to find what you're looking for. Maybe you are a stacker. So when bills come or when papers get put on your desk, you just put them on top of the stack. You may want to have them sorted by date created. So the black cardstock has been around for a long time. This note was one of my first notes, I think, in 2013, and I just updated it with catalog page numbers. The difference between created date and updated date is this was created in 2013, but if I made a change in this note, and then even though this note was created a very long time ago, it would be updated now. As of today, there are 989 notes in the current products notebook. If you had them all in a file cabinet, you would probably have it in more than one drawer. So you would be shuffling from one drawer to another, but with Evernote, you can breeze through all of those notes all at once. You barely have to roll your mouse or drag your finger down your screen to find it. But there is a search box. The search box is like a librarian who knows the Dewey Decimal System and the way the library is arranged. So think of the search box as your personal librarian. You can give your personal librarian a word or two, and they'll help you find what you're looking for. So you can look for Daffodil Delight, and the librarian will say, oh, let me help you find all the Daffodil Delight. Or maybe you want to look for the stamps, and you can look through all of the stamps that are in the current catalog. And again, let me switch the sorting by title. And so you can look through all of the current products or just the ones that you have copied into your personal notebook that you own, and you can find all the stamps. Or maybe you want to look for all the designer series paper. I do shortcut that to DSP, and you can look through all of the designer series paper that Stampin' Up! Has, or again, what you have in your personal notebook. Maybe you found a die that got separated, didn't get back into your package or fell out of the package. Some of them have item numbers stamped on them. You can look up the item numbers. As I'm getting ready to paste this item number in, I'm reminded that sometimes if I right click and expect it to paste, it doesn't. So I use my keyboard shortcut, Control V, and that pastes it. And you do have to push enter. And my goodness, I found just exactly the package that came from. Or if you find a stamp, you can usually find which stamp set it goes with. Very helpful. I have done my best to include as much information as I can to help Evernote find what you're looking for. So I have all kinds of information about the product. I've typed in all the greetings and the images, and I've also included words and tags to help you find what you're looking for. So if you're looking for a stamp for a baby, you can type in that word. You can also get things for maybe babies are a blessing. You can look for Valentine, distinctive, containers, bird, or masculine. If you're looking for a particular product and you know the name of it or the item number, you can type those in. So if you're looking for Nature's Prints, you can just start typing that in and go to Nature's Prints, and everything with Nature's Prints is here. If you are looking for a particular color, for instance, Granny Apple Green, notice that it's suggesting to look for Granny Apple Green. So it's finding Granny Apple Green. It's finding all the papers, anywhere where it says Granny Apple Green. In this case, I think it's doing a great job of looking for Granny Apple Green as a whole group. I think that that's an improvement. It used to be that it would bring up anything with Granny, but it would also bring up anything with just apple. And so you may end up with Apple Harvest. If you find you're looking for something that has multiple words in it and you've still got a lot of things that are only one of the words, put quotation marks on it and it will search for them together as a group. Just imagine that you have your own personal librarian that can search through every single word in the library to find just the word you're looking for. Pretty amazing. So if I wanted to put the word sweet in it, this librarian has actually looked in this image of a stamp and found the word sweet in a fancy font. And I find that that is pretty amazing. It actually found here in this image sweet pea, which I would have never noticed. But sometimes it'll also be looking in patterns like this and think it recognizes a word, or it's looking in French and German for an English word. And so sometimes you get what's called false positives. You get kind of mistakes. And this librarian is relying on typed in words. And if you have misspelled a word, this librarian is not smart enough to figure out what you're asking for. Because I have typed in descriptions of all the images, it can also look for those words, but that's relying on what I see. You may describe these pictures differently than I do, especially since I'm sharing with markets in Australia, New Zealand, and all the European markets, not to mention all of the regional variations of what things are called. So if you see a word that is missing from a description, let me know and I can just add it so that other people can find it using the word that you use. I often will put in the plural, like bats and kids. So if I've typed in ghosts and you look for ghost, it will still come up because the word is the same without the S at the end. I try to put in the plurals, like fairy is not spelled with the Y with the plural. So I should probably put in fairies so that if you type in fairies, it will still come up. So again, I try to type in plurals, but it's probably best to search for the singular. I put in this note so that if you want to create your own note, you can kind of see how I do it. If you're creating a note for yourself, you don't have to put in all this information. Something is better than nothing. But I did include a lot of the tags, and I have decided that that's probably not the best way. So I put this long list of the kinds of tags that you might find. So bundle, but also suite, bundle available, included in a suite, included in a collection. These are all words that you can look for a tag for. If you want to search, for instance, for get well, we can put get well in the search box, and Evernote suggests, would you like to use the filter or the tag get well? Please notice that again, it switched to searching all notes. If you want to keep your search in just the current products notebook, or perhaps your personal notebook, you want to have it located in the current products notebook. And now there are 22 notes that I have intentionally tagged get well. It may not say the words get well, like sending well wishes. Hope you are feeling better. Does not say get well. So if you're looking for the words get well, it won't show up because of that. Wishing you better days could be useful for that. This does say get well. Cottage Rose says feel better real soon. Good Feelings says sending sunshine and good feelings your way. Hand Pen Petals says feel better friend. All of these stamps are in the current products notebook that say get well. So that's a long list of tags. You can see the more lists of tags here by clicking the word tags. And you can also look for the tags here and just kind of look down this list. And you can also search by tags by checking these boxes. When you're gift giving, you may want to make a tag and have a to and from stamp. There are 989 notes in the current products notebook as of today. I'm always adding or subtracting when products are added or retire. But right now there's 989 notes as I'm recording. If I were to look for the word to, for one of those to from stamps, I haven't eliminated anything. All of these have a TO in them somewhere, every single note. So that's not very helpful. If I look for from, that's not much better. It reduces it to 966. So I eliminated 23 notes. If I put to from and search for that, it still finds that same 966 notes. But I can put quotation marks around it and look for to and from together or near each other. That filters it down to 11 notes, so that's pretty good. But if I use the tag to from, that gets me to 7 notes, and all of these 7 notes have a to and a from stamp in them. Here's my to and from. So all of these have the to and from. You can look for all of the things that you own in a specific color. So for instance, if you were looking for Mary Merlot, I can look for those words Mary Merlot. And those words are not really common, so all of these things probably have Mary Merlot in them. But if they are common words that make up the name of the color, you can put quotation marks on it again, and that should limit your results. I did not make a tag for Mary Merlot. I think of tags as being for groups of things. So I do have a group for all the things that are red. So with red, you'll find all of the things that are pretty much red. like sweet sorbet and real red, and anything, actually some of the purples or the pinks or the orangey reds or the cherry cobbler is almost a purpley red. So anything that's sort of red or in that red family, it will show up. Here's one of those instances where by typing in red, I did not really use the tag, I just typed the word red. So it's got this highlighted because it's thinking, is this the word red? No, that's a false positive. So let me type in use the tag red. So with the word, I've got 162. If I actually use the tag, I've got 131, and all of these things have a red or reddish color. No false positives with the tags. If you type in, for instance, old olive, I used old olive as an example for false positives. Evernote has really improved its search box because I totally expected to get the olive branch stamp set by searching for old olive, but it really is showing me just the things with old olive in it. But know that it could happen where you're looking for old olive and you're getting unexpected results. As you're typing in a word, Evernote does suggest things. For instance, are you looking for stamp pad case? And then it's also suggesting these tags to add the filters. So look for that. It's a really nice and easy way to look for those tagged items. You can actually look for multiples. So I've selected stamps, and now I could put birthday and add the birthday tag. And I have another tag called love to color. So if you like to color, you can color in all of these stamps. So you can look for multiple tags. Then maybe if you're looking for a particular item, so maybe a pig, then you can narrow it down. It's keeping those tags for birthday stamps, love to color. It's got birthday piggy, that's got a pig in it. There's a pig in Peekaboo Farm. And I don't know why, oh, because it's a guinea pig. So that's why it's pulling up this particular one, but that's not a pig. Because I've got the word greetings before all of the greetings on the stamp, you can type in greetings and get everything that has a greeting. And that will include alphabet, because it does have an alphabet and you can make all the words you want. It will also include dies that have greetings in there. So if there's something with words, you can type in greetings and find everything. Another search that might not be obvious, if you put coordinates with, so now it's looking for all the products that coordinate. So that might be a helpful thing to look for. Maybe you want stamps that are available in a German translation and you are in a market that can get those. You can look for all of the products that have German translations, or French or Dutch. I don't usually do a transcript or plan out what I'm going to say, but I did for this one to make sure I covered everything I wanted to cover. So I'm putting together a note that has that transcript, and I will also be putting the finished video when it's completed down here so you can watch it, so it's available to you, and I will be moving it from the upcoming products notebook to the shared current products so you can find it. Hope that's helpful. I have lots of resources on my website. Most of them are free. It's easy to miss some of those resources or to get lost exploring. Let me take you on a quick tour. Just under the banner image are 6 links. Under Shop, you'll find links to the products from Bev, shopping strategies, my frequent shopping points, and a sampling from the clearance rack. Under Inspiration, you can link to scroll all of my projects since 2011. The products may be retired, but you may be inspired by a layout, color combination, or a technique. I have the basics, where I've written about stamps, ink and paper, cutting, adhesives, and my favorite tools. You'll find a link to Techie Tips and an easy link back to my latest post. Click on Getting Organized, and you'll find some of my resources for stamp case slips, product labels, large labels for designer series paper, and more. Case inserts for dies, embellishments, and anything I think might fit in a stamp case, including ink refills. You'll also find color tools and charts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, tabs and a quick reference for the annual catalog, and plans for toolkits. I have a video of my craft wall and more. Click on Evernote Current Products and you can learn how to share my notebook. This notebook has a note for every current product from Stampin' Up! It allows you to search by color, image, product type, word, phrase, or event, and more. I include French, German, and Dutch names and numbers when available, and the prices for all the markets. Evernote synchronizes on your phone, tablet, and or your desktop or laptop computer, so you can look through the Stampin' Up! Catalog from anywhere, anytime. You can copy my notes for the products you own so you can find just what you're looking for. When products retire, I move them to the Retired Products Notebook, which I also share, and I host a notebook for Paper Pumpkin. Click on Sip Together and then Let's Stamp to come stamp with me or join my Sip Together team. There's also a link to learn a bit about me. The sitemap will help you navigate all these links from one page. And there are quick links along the side of my page. Shop Now takes you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see the current host code. It would be a great help to me if you use that if you are ordering less than $150. You can click on the current catalogs to page through them online. And then there are my links to my 5 most recent posts. Thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you soon.